What's up, everybody? Joe here, Papakon 51 for those of you who know me from eBay and Instagram. What I'm going to be doing here in this video is going over my new item that I have listed on my eBay page. Just eBay for right now, just since eBay gets, a lot more traffic, more or less, than my Instagram account does for right now. So what this is, it's technically another repack item, but I'm big into the repack items in regards to like the ones that give you, actual legitimate value cards for what you're paying for. I'm into, the chaser aspect of things, of course, but I also do like buyers to not expect to be let down. So in regards to that, in other words, being like, a $25 repack or mystery pack item potentially having a $300 Kyler Murray autograph in it, and getting stuck with a seventh round no name rookie from 2015. That's kind of like my thought process with that. So I feel like it's almost just like a catch, more or less. For my item, I also do like to have buyers know exactly how many cards they're getting, which I know a lot of other repack items and other sellers, especially on eBay, of course, since I do a lot of buying and selling on eBay, seem to always kind of give like a range of cards. Like you can get anywhere basically from 12 to 20 cards. And within that breakdown, they say, 1 to 2 rookies, 3 to 4 insert cards, 2 to 4 refractors or serial numbered cards, stuff like that. That's kind of just like, bogus to me. I don't really understand how some sellers do that, to the point where they basically kind of break down the value for buyers, and they kind of set it from there, because then they'll put with a little star next to it when they say 2 to 4 cards, for that portion of the pack. It'll say with a little star next to it or in parentheses, depends on the value of cards used. So, I mean, like, we don't know what value they're even talking about. So I've seen sellers all the time where they list $20 in the title and it'll say BV $20, and I look up the actual book value and it's $6. So now whether they're considering a book value and an investment value, that's what, here nor there. An investment is what you're talking about, somebody holding on to a card for 15, 20 years down the road, potentially. Unless you're talking about like a current card that can probably take off within the next, month, 2 months, 3 months, 4 months, depending on who the player is. So, I started an item recently. I previously did the item that was another mystery item. It was the mystery football singles. About 2 years ago, that was pretty popular, and then it kind of like phased off because then more competition came in, all that kind of stuff. And then my buyers just kind of like stopped coming to me. So I just kind of basically ended the item. It was just a made to order item because obviously I didn't know how many packs people were going to buy and all that, or how many cards they were going to buy. So this one now, of course, is already like pre-done. I have chasers in here though that are guaranteed 1 per pack. So that's kind of like my thing. I like to be unique with my packs and my items just in general. I'm big into respecting the hobby, buyers getting good value basically every time, not going for the 1 in 25 packs that will have a $150 card in it. I've heard comments where buyers should kind of like sellers should kind of expect buyers to be let down, and that kind of doesn't make. I literally got a comment one time that not on YouTube here or anything like that, since I don't have very many videos, as you guys can see, but it was on my Instagram account where I did a repack item that didn't sell very well, and I did sell a couple of them, but not like I expected to, and a person commented that buyers, the sellers should have a buyer expectation for them to be let down, and the buyer will then surprisingly like the box. So I kind of like took that comment to heart, more or less, and I look at it as total value. So not one person getting $400 and another person that paid the exact same amount getting $20. You know what I mean? I kind of hope that makes sense to a lot of people. I've been collecting for over 20 years now. I'm in my early 30s. I've been doing this for over 20 years now. In regards to like physically collecting, I've only been selling for like the last couple years technically. But I know what I'm doing with value. I know which players are good players. I know which players actually have value. That's kind of why I decided to do the chaser aspect of things, because I know which cards would be considered good to have as chasers. And also based on the chaser with the pricing point. So I'm kind of looking at this as like an alternative for people who don't, really consider the retail aspect good at this point anymore, because the Panini company is just trash to me anymore for what they're charging compared to what you're actually getting. Panini points that you can redeem for, $3 memorabilia cards on their website, stuff like that. That's just ridiculous to me. And you're paying $50 for a box, even at Walmart and Target now. So I'm just not really into that. I do obviously know that they still do give points out and whatnot. And I know obviously for this video I'm kind of going off in a little bit of a tangent now and a rant. But I just want buyers to kind of know where I'm coming from. I'm not really a fan of how the Panini company is doing things for the buyer. I almost really do feel like a lot of like high-end collectors and like basically card stores almost kind of get the boxes the company knows has the good stuff in it. And I know that might obviously be very controversial, but I have seen comments where, just everyday buyers are just flabbergasted that somebody pulled that card out of a box, and lo and behold, they happen to be a card dealer, from Las Vegas, or they happen to, run a huge card shop down in Florida or something like that that brings in tons and tons of money. And they happen to coincidentally give the Panini company tons and tons of business for their business. So, I guess in a nutshell, it kind of sounds like it would be more like a conspiracy theory thing. But I do kind of, with how I have seen things go within the last 2, 3, 4 years now with the Panini company taking over, I kind of am siding like that. So, if you ever notice, the person that's selling on auction style format, all those listings that are getting bids for $400, $500, $6, $700 bids, each individual card, you look at that person, they're a power seller. What does that mean? Well, they probably run their business on eBay. Well, that means they probably run an actual card business. So, and it's just kind of a coincidence that that person would probably pay $300 for a box of cards. They happen to coincidentally pull another card out of a pack in that box, and they can literally resell that card for $1,500. So, what I'm going to be doing here is I already kind of have these like preset, and I just want to basically kind of review with everybody what I'm going to be doing for my item here. And obviously this is going to be like, obviously very cheap. But I do want buyers to feel like with what they're paying cheap, you still can get good stuff. So this is obviously considered a repack item, which I know a lot of other collectors are not fans of, but I feel like my repack items, just like a couple others, are doing justice for the hobby compared to what this conglomerate of Panini America is doing. So, again, I don't, necessarily, of course, mean to keep on throwing Panini under the bus, but they're just getting ridiculous with things. Their quality control is terrible. Cards come out of boxes that are $250 plus. Even the first off the line boxes that are like $400 sometimes are coming out with cards damaged. They're missing cards. They're giving, instead of 1 autograph and 2 memorabilia cards, you're getting 4 memorabilia cards instead of your autograph you're supposed to get. And the disclaimer is they have a little star next to it that says per box on average, so they're not like guaranteeing it, but that's what you should be getting. So again, more disappointment, but for $50 for a box at Target, you should be getting an autograph or an RPA, like they kind of say on the box. So I'm doing something where mine's going to be much cheaper than that kind of stuff, depending on how many you buy, of course. But mine will be where you get a little bit of everything in your pack. I do not like base cards, so my thing is basically going to be either the base cards will be rookie cards, but not true base veteran cards. All right. So I want everybody to kind of know that from the start. I do not like base cards when it comes to veterans. Those are obviously filler cards. I know obviously tons of other YouTubers and whatnot that just open box upon box upon box, whether it's hobby or retail. Obviously, mostly more retail because they're much cheaper, and you get literally 95% base cards. What do you get when you go to Walmart when you buy $20 blaster box that you're supposed to get one of those rookie jersey cards in? You get that one rookie jersey card. You get a couple of the cracked ice or the colored parallels, and like the red prisms and all that, or the greens, stuff like that. You get maybe a silver here and there, which are nice, but they give you those because you're not getting an autograph in the box. That's kind of how they make up that value difference. So you might get a Daniel Jones silver, but you're not going to get a Daniel Jones autograph. But when you look at what you actually pull out of all those packs, put those packs off to the side, stack the base cards that are just veterans that have literally no value with how today's market is for veteran cards, and put your actual inserts, rookies, and all your parallels, and then your mem card in another stack. You probably have, out of the, what do you get for the prism cards? 4 cards in a pack, basically, and you get 6 packs in a blaster box, I believe. So 24 cards. What are you going to have? I think it says 5 prisms, 6 prisms. Your memorabilia card, and you're then going to have the rest as base cards, or maybe an insert or 2 here and there. So when all is said and done, half the box is basically veteran cards. You get a couple of rookie cards, you get a couple of parallels, and then you get your mem card. So you just pay $20 for that. Half the box is veteran cards. So how my item is going to work is I got this little slip here. You're going to get a chaser, which a chaser is not necessarily going to be considered a true hit to some people, but my chaser is going to be either an autograph, RPA with how my cards are here, or a printing plate, basically, or in other words, like a 1 of 1. So that's going to be a chaser. You're going to get another guaranteed hit, which will be an authentic hit. So in other words, jersey, auto, mem card, stuff like that, RPA. I kind of have those in the background there. Then you're going to get a main rookie, which is a main rookie for me is considered anything that any player who is basically a star player from a recent draft class, in other words, the last 2 years, 3 years maybe, going back to 2017, or a player who is currently a starter, or would be a Pro Bowl or Pro Bowl caliber type player. So, you got your Gardner Minshew's. He's of course a starter. Obviously not necessarily Pro Bowl caliber at this point, but he's still a starter. And obviously his cards still sell pretty well since he is a starter. All the top draft picks from 2019, Kyler Murray, Daniel Jones, Dwayne Haskins. You got a couple of your other guys from the previous years, Baker Mayfield, Saquon, Deshaun Watson, Patrick Mahomes, Nick Chubb, Mike Evans going back to 2014, Odell Beckham, stuff like that, Marcus Mariota, even obviously though he's a backup now, Jameis Winston, stuff like that. So anybody who's basically a starter or a Pro Bowl or Pro Bowl caliber player. Then you're going to get 3 additional rookies, 3 inserts or parallels that are not going to be numbered, 2 general serial numbered inserts, or serial numbered cards, or in other words, 2 additional serial numbered cards, 2 prism, optic, or select not numbered parallels, in other words, the hollows or the colored parallels. And then you're going to get 2 additional cards, serial numbered 100 or less, one of which is going to be 25 or less. All that will be in every pack, so it's no range. You're getting 2 hits, since the chaser will be considered a hit, a main rookie, 3 additional rookies, 3 inserts or parallels, 2 serial numbered, 2 prism, optic, or select not numbered parallels, 2 numbered 100 or less, 1 25 or less out of those 2. So this is just to kind of give everybody an example. All the cards will be in sleeves individually, and they'll be in the thick card sleeves, more or less. All right, that way I can kind of get these little insert things in here. So there's your main rookie, there's your 3 additional rookies. This is an actual pack for somebody. 3 inserts, parallels that are not numbered, 2 general serial numbered, 2 prisms, optic, or select parallels, 2 numbered 100 or less, 1 of 25 or less, and then there is going to be your extra hit with your chaser. That's going to be 1 pack. I am going to be having 23 of these available. All you basically have to do is just tell me which pack numbers you would like. I have bonuses as well. Every 3 that you buy, you can pick from a picture that I have posted on my eBay page. One of the cards in that picture, you get a free bonus card basically. And I have an additional bonus where if you buy 5, you get a higher value bonus card to select from in a separate picture as well. Here's going to be your main rookie, 3 additional rookies, inserts, parallels, and I do make this easier for counting purposes. So there's 1, 4, 7. There's your 2 numbered, 9. There's your 2 parallels that are not numbered from the Prism Optic or Select. There's 11, 13. There's going to be your additional hit, and then the chaser is going to be on the other side. So that's going to be a pack for somebody as well. There's your main rookie, 3 additional rookies, inserts or parallels not numbered, 2 otherwise numbered, Prism Optic or Select parallels, 2 numbered 100 or less. There's going to be your chaser and your additional hit in there. And one more just as an example. And again, these will all specifically be packs that are going to be going out. So how these are going to get packaged then I'll show separately as well. So there's your main rookie, 3 additionals, 3 inserts or parallels not numbered, 2 general serial numbered, 2 other Prism Optic or Select not numbered, 25 or less, or 100 or less. There's going to be, this one happens to be a printing plate, so that's going to be one of the chasers. The chasers are specifically pictured, remember. How these are going to be packaged will be as follows. So that way everything's kind of like nice and together. All right, and again, this will specifically be a pack. I know a lot of this is the trust factor as well from me not, reopening these. I'm not searching these afterwards. I'm literally just putting these together one time and going from there. So I do hope people trust me. I have a big amount of respect for the hobby. I don't like to play games. I like people to kind of know what they're getting. I like people to know value, since I know value. So they'll have these little inserts, large mixed in, that are going to be big enough to cover the card. So it's almost going to be like your pack cover. All right. And they will be numbered. So they'll be, this obviously is blank right now, but this could be pack number 1, this could be pack number 12, this could be pack 19, it could be 23. So I'll peel that off. This will get flipped over, and then I'll have one of these little guys kind of keeping it closed from there. All right. So just to let everybody know, these will be 4 the sample packs. All right, not sample packs, but they're 4 samples of actual packs that are going to be going out. And if anybody has any questions, you could feel free to reach out to me on either Instagram, eBay. I respond to all questions. I'm very personable. Like I said, I know what I'm doing here. I know value. I know good return value. I'm not into just jip people off and make an extra 15, 16 bucks. I'm not even making that up front anyway, of course, because with all the fees and whatnot from eBay, I'm just making a little over probably $11 or $12 for all this. So for looking at what is in each of these packs, picture trying to buy these cards individually and what you would probably have to pay with shipping added in by most sellers. Or even just at a card show, picture what that Gardner Minshew Phoenix card is probably at least $2 or $3 by itself at a card show. So, and you're getting that mixed with 14 other cards, and 2 of those are going to be chasers/hits. So I think that that's a really good value. But this is just kind of like my little sample of my layout here of the cards being in their individual boxes, kind of like ready for me to go through and pick them. All right. So they will be marked as I package them up with the individual pack numbers. You just tell me which pack number you want. You can order as many as you'd like, up to 23. Technically, I got the bonuses for any order of 3 or more, and we just go from there. But otherwise, thanks guys for listening to my video. Again, this is Joe Papakon 51 from eBay and Instagram. And until next time, take care.